Welcome back to Sunday night, Clicking Bricken with your host. We got the Thebrickablecow and the TMC Heather, the
Hi,
one
guys.
and only.
Who are you? You forgot to say you.
Oh,
You said the host, and then we got the cow and Miss.
All right, well, I'm Clicking Cliff. I mean, everybody in this world should know me.
Sure?
I don't know. We may not know. I don't know. Hey, y'all, how was you guys this week? You guys doing good?
My weekend was great. I actually am not ready for it to end, but we all must go into Monday, I guess.
All good things must come to an end. How about you, Cal? Did you have a good weekend?
Lots of explosions.
Well, explosions, right. Let's see what we got in the chat here. We have Jude. How you doing, Jude?
Moo.
Jude.
Miss Bunny. How you doing?
Bestie.
We got Mr. Blue.
Mr. Blue.
Mr. Blue. How's everybody doing? That's it so far.
He blue.
They'll come trickling in. I don't know. Does Cal have a cow joke today?
I do.
Oh, snap. We got to play the music. Now, what is it? There it is.
Now, just as every week, these are just as horrible as any other week. So
Probably.
blame the internet. Blame the corrupt minds of all the people who put it out there. Police have confirmed that the man who jumped off the roof at the bar is not the bouncer. That was bad. I actually kind of like that one. What does a cloud wear underneath a raincoat?
What?
A cloud. What does a cloud wear underneath a raincoat?
Underwear.
Underwear?
Thunderwear.
Thunderwear.
Yeah. Thank you. Hi, Miss Dina. Hi, Seffy. Hi, Jeremy.
Seth.
Hi.
Ziploc, not Jeremy.
Oh,
Let to the boy.
I'm sorry.
TMC Dina.
Got that 391.
All right. Well, guys, you all do know that we have a special guest tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I want to tell y'all something. I asked Miss Heather to get him on here. That's the only thing I done. She's done all the work, asking and getting it all set up. So I haven't talked to him for just maybe the last 20 minutes. That was it. That's the only time I was able to talk to him. So congratulations to Heather for passing her first test as a co-host. So
she passed initiation a year into it. Yeah.
Hey, you've done beat Cal. I'm just saying.
Okay. You know what? I don't know if Cliff was here that day, Ms. Heather, but we got somebody to come on for September.
Really?
I was here.
Were you? Oh, damn it. Oh. Okay.
All right. Without further ado, welcome to Clicking Bricken. Part of the brick pile now is Brick Dad.
Sweet.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. We're going to get to know Brick Dad today. He's going to become one of our friends.
Yes.
So, he's an A-full, so obviously that's pretty much all we do here.
It's a beautiful thing to be able to grow a community and make new friends and meet new people. So thank you guys very much for having me in. It's a pleasure to meet you guys. Get to know a couple of you. Some of you I know a little bit. Some of you I'm getting to know better. So thank you guys.
You're welcome. Before we get started, his link to his YouTube channel and his Instagram is in the description down below. So make sure you go follow him and check out what he's doing.
Check out Brick Dad.
Pretty much find me anywhere on social media with brick.dad.builds.
And then if you notice in the pinned up there at the top of the chat is his ideas, which we'll be asking about here in a little bit. His ideas. So if you want to go vote for it, click on there and go vote for it if you would. It's pinned at the top. So Well, welcome. Nice to meet you. Glad that you're here. So right off the bat, why don't we just ask him? Well, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's break the ice a little bit.
Lego history for me. I've been a Lego builder pretty much my whole life since I was a little kid, 5, 6 years old. Old school Lego back. I'm over 50 now, so I date Lego about the same as my age. So when minifigs started is when I started. And I've been building pretty much my entire life. I've had dark eras where my dark ages where I've actually fallen out of Lego for a while. But it's hit and miss where you regret having got rid of some of the Lego, but at the same time, you go and recover some of that by finding those old sets and bringing them back. My current era in Lego is my most significant for me, and the reason being is I'm in a new relationship and I've got some young kids. So being able to bring my experience with Lego and my vast history of Lego to them and be able to share that with them has been tremendous to be able to do that. With the enormous social media outlets that are available now, being able to share it not just with them, but to be able to actually put it out there for everybody is just wonderful for me because I'm retired now and being able to make content and show builds and build techniques and stuff like that is a pleasure and a passion for me to be able to help get Lego into people's hands that think, oh, I can only build what the instructions show, and breaking that stigma for them to be able to see that they can build more than just what's in the instructions. So, but that's a real quick background with my Lego of where I'm at. I'm primarily a mock builder. I like to build new creations. My gift is taking existing sets and modifying them and expanding them or twisting them into new things. One of the things I did for Chicago this year was to take a off-brand roller coaster and build it into a very large Lego display. I did a collaboration, and our collaboration was about 20 feet long, which was it was called an adventure park, mainly because I added amusement to it, where primarily it was all animal enclosures in a zoo style. So,
Nice.
It was so gorgeous, by the way.
thank you.
Yeah, it was funny. We were backstage, I think, with somebody. And
Yeah.
Heather's back here, and we saw you, and we're like, there he is. It was Heather's like, where? And she kept on missing it. Every time you walk by.
They were catching you on video.
But
I was all over the place this year at Chicago. So I was making connections, helping out, getting people connected to other people. We had a lot of new vendors and representatives there. So being able to get them in contact and introduce people back and forth throughout the community, even at a higher level, like Lego representatives, being able to put them in touch with other representatives from other companies and brands to help expand what they're doing. So a lot of innovative stuff coming very soon to a lot of different brands.
nice. What's up, Macro? How you doing? Welcome. What's up, Brick Eye? Welcome. You be lurking.
And everybody that's saying hi in the chat, I appreciate that. Hello, nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, we got a pretty good community out here. They like to say hi and sometimes tease us, but hopefully they're probably gonna be on a good behavior since we got a special guest here. But so how long have you been showing with Brick World? Going to shows? How long have you been doing that?
Shows for a couple years now. I just started exhibiting the year before last. I did travel the entire show circuit for Brickworld this last year. I have a massive Hogwarts castle that is a collaboration with myself and my son. He's 11 years old, and he's the actual source for that build because he got all of the castle sets year before last and started building those. And he's very intimate with the story. He knows it in and out. Reads the books as well as listens to it on audio and all that. So he knows the story inside and out. So for him, he would come to me and say, is there any way we could expand on what we have? Because I want to make a scene to go in the castle. So we would mock up what we wanted in the scene, and then at that point, I would build a base structure for it, and then we would work together on making sure the details were correct in the scene for the castle. So there should be some pictures of the castle and stuff on my Instagram, as well as YouTube and TikTok. If anybody wants to check out a Hogwarts castle, it's been on exhibit at all of the Brickworld shows, Chicago, Indiana, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Fort Wayne, and Indianapolis. So they've all been out there. I can post more pictures as well and share all of that. But it's a continuation of building. We have a 12-foot bench that is a wizarding bench, and we actually have the entire Hogwarts, which takes up about 48 inches of that bench, about 4 feet of that bench, and the other 6 feet is Diagon Alley, the train station, as well as London, and multiple other scenes throughout the story. So we have an entire bench that is dedicated to that. And then you've got over here behind me, we've got our modulars and city bench that's over here. And if you're a pirate fan, we do pirate too. Up here.
I had to blow you up. Sorry.
No. I'm good with that. So I've got my pirate ships and all of that as well up here.
Oh.
So those may or may not make it into the show circuit coming up here this year. But
Okay.
yeah, for modulars, we've got a city bench over here, and
Wow.
as you guys can tell, I am not a purist. Okay.
Yeah. Bring out that fantasy. Okay.
I build off-brand, and I don't have a problem with that. There are a lot of great companies that build other sets that are compatible and just as good in product quality. So, like I said, I took roller coaster back here to Chicago.
Nice.
For Brickworld Chicago, and it's I actually took an Ninjago set, which is the center set in here, and added it to it, and I made a dragon roller coaster with a dragon up on the top, and the roller coaster carts are dragon roller coaster carts that go around. So the Asian mindset was what I built for Chicago for my portion of my collaboration this year. So it was a very Asian themed section. I had my version of the Tranquil Garden, the tea house, and all of that. And something else that I like to do is I like to put lights and motion into everything that I build as well. So
nice.
That was nice to do that. So definitely, if anybody is close to a Brickworld event in their area and they want to check out some of the stuff Brick Dad has, highly recommend it.
Right.
Even if you're not interested in some of the stuff that I have, definitely hit me up. Check my page. I will post announcements for shows and stuff like that. And there's so much more that is available at those shows. They're phenomenal shows, and you can find literally anything in your theme or your idea at those shows. So,
like
Nice.
Cliffy, you like ships, and those pirate ships are definitely something you would
Oh
go
yeah.
to.
Well, heck yeah, I do.
they may be making the rounds this year.
I built my first mock that I ever took to the show was crab boats, and
Nice.
I got the inspiration from watching the Deadliest Catch on the Discovery Channel. So I go, I'm gonna build me some crab boats. I built three of them. They're destroyed now because I moved and they're in pieces, so they bit the dust. But it gives me an excuse to build something new. So that's what I'm.
I think you need to combine them all three to make one big one.
Well, I had plans of making a big old shipping yard and stuff like that, and take that to shows, but I never did get around.
Like I said, I've got the FO sets that are now Lumi Bricks, and I've got a couple of the medieval sets that they have that are actually going to be converted into a pirate island.
Nice.
To go with some of those ships that are up there. So I will have a small little harbor section, but I will have an armada of ships that'll be displayed in the area of that island. So, but that's
Nice.
kind of the display idea that I have with all of that. So, and then the ships that I have, most of them are the original Lego ships, but as well, I have JM Bricklayer and Mold King ships that I have up
Black
there as
Road
well.
King?
So I have both of the Mold King black pearls. And hold on a second. Let me show you this black pearl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I got the one off brand, the one on brand, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah. Well, he parted out the Black Pearl Lego set.
Yeah, the black pearl is like a dirty phrase around here.
You know, we don't talk about the Black Pearl.
Oh
Gosh.
my gosh.
Oh, it's big. It's freaking huge.
Yeah, this thing is almost
Oh.
48 inches. Almost 48 inches. It's got almost 42 guns.
Oh
And
my
who's this
God.
by again? The Mold King or whoever?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. Ooh.
So
Okay, well, I found my next off-brand set I need.
Magnificent.
you can see the number of figures that I have spread out across this, all the way across. So, and they're not like none of them are touching each other. All the figures are standing.
Wow, that's cool.
RC? Wow, you're alive. Good to see you.
Holy shit. From Blocks to Mocks, welcome.
What's going on from amongst the box? How are you doing? Zizou, you're just Zizou again. How do you feel about being wrong?
Zizou.
I really like those
And
boats.
I've actually gone through and taken that one and added lighting to it as well to accentuate the undercarriage of everything below decks lights up. So there's no above deck lighting. It's all internal.
That's cool.
And the 8x8 wafer plates that they have that are the hex plates that you can see through, those are in the deck. So you can actually see down through and it's all lit up. Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. I love that. I really want to put lights in all the other stuff now too. So the JM Bricklayer, I have that black pearl. That's the only off-brand black pearl I got. And it came with lights, which is fine, but it's not like that. It's not like, you know, setting the tone, you know.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you right now, the Mold King, it's the Black Pearl 2. It's almost 10,000 pieces. It's almost 9,000 pieces, I think. And
That's awesome.
that the one I just showed you, and it's absolutely massive. It was an amazingly fun build, and the design that they put into it, there's actually stuff that is below the lower deck that you build into it that is fish, it's cargo, it's all this stuff, and then you plate over the top of it. You never see it again.
Wow.
So they put that much design and that detail into it even beforehand. So you'll see all of that. And the price point on it is really, it's really good to be able to get that and have that quality of build. And I've actually, if you check out my TikTok, you'll see I did a multi-segment video on the build of that so that you can see some of the details and stuff that are down on the lower decks, the build as I went. And then also I did a dance video with a friend that had the Titanic, and she takes the Titanic and she dances around, stuff like that. And I actually take that and I dance with it too. And you can see a comparison in size for a person holding the Titanic and that at the same time. This is only about 6 inches shorter than the Titanic, if you're familiar with the Titanic size. So, and this actually, the mast on this is actually 29 inches tall, to give you an idea of how tall the mast height is. So, but yeah, it's a massive build. So, but on a side note of going from biggest down to a smallest, this is a small mock that I built to travel with for when I go to shows or stuff like that. And do this right here. And one of the reasons I travel with this one is I have it set up as well with lights.
Oh, that's cool.
It is so cool.
Let me get that lined up there. So I've got fire and lights in there. And another interesting thing with this as well is, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's a purple box right here on the end. Yeah. And this purple box is actually the voice box out of the sorting hat.
Oh, wow.
Caltech is sorting.
So it's a fully interactive build. And the way I built it and set it up, it actually has a compartment underneath, so I can take my battery pack and the lighting and actually put it in underneath it.
Oh, nice.
I really like the way you did that with that sorting hat piece.
So you can actually take the bottom, and I have a gap right here, so you can actually put that power pack inside it and make it completely enclosed. so that then I can take it and actually pass it around to kids or to people as I make the rounds to take a look at it and share the story, because everybody's familiar with the sorting hat and the story of Harry Potter. It's a big pop culture icon. So being able to share that with people and talk about it and stuff like that was something that my son really enjoyed doing. So this is one of the ones that he will walk around with and show people. And this was one of the things that he decided he wanted to build. So that right there. And then coming around, stained glass window, but
Nice.
all of the wires are completely enclosed and encapsulated. So you have no wires loose
Wow.
or anywhere, including on the bottom and the base. So, but it is powered. So you have all of the lights.
Nice.
So
That is so cool.
So, Brick Dad, you tell us what house are you in?
I am a Gryffindor. I am a Gryffindor.
You're a Gryffindor. Nice. I don't know many Gryffindors.
Well, we're actually a house divided. We have multiples in here. We have no Slytherins, but we do have some Slytherin tendencies at times. But we do have Hufflepuffs and a Ravenclaw. My son's a Ravenclaw. And
I am a
he's
former Slytherin.
Are you? Okay. Okay.
Current
Reformed?
I'm a Ravenclaw, yes.
Very
I
nice,
don't
very
know
nice.
what I am. I'm clicking Cliff. Nice to
Hi,
meet you.
cow.
What, how do you find all this out? For real?
You have to go to, is it pottermore.com?
Yes. Yes. Pottermore has a link on their website where you can actually go and you can take a quiz to find out what Harry Potter house you would belong in. It asks you a bunch of personality trait questions to find out what type of personality you have, and then it sorts you into a house equivalent for that personality. So
It's a Harry Potter personality test.
I think Zizu's on point there. Cliffy's in the grumpy house.
Zizu, how do you feel about being wrong again? He's been wrong the whole stream. He may need to go get some help. What's up, Hobby? How you doing?
Moo.
I
got a question. A little bit different here. So like your personality, like my personality is all over the place, but if you were to try to make your personality into a set, what kind of set would that be?
if I was to make my personality into a set, well, I actually did.
No way. What?
Give me a second. Let me grab the mock that I made.
Yeah. I'm just making up stuff over here, and he's like, "Yeah, I already did that." Oh. Wow.
You should have asked him that when he built that, huh?
Part of the house for the mentally insane.
So what I did was I built just a picture of my life of how things work in my household. So what I did was I built my house.
Oh, that's cool.
So I've got my build room down here at the basement where I build with all of my Lego and all of my stuff. And up above, my wife, she's up there in the kitchen, giving treats and snacks to the dogs.
Love it.
Well, to be honest, it was a debate of whether to do that or the sofa, with her sitting on the sofa reading a book, and she's like, "Don't make me lazy." So we didn't do that. We went to the kitchen instead. So
okay, I like the
and
book
then
and the couch though.
And she likes her book and couch too. So, but what I did also was I built the kids' bedrooms so that they have their spaces, and I did a split wall right here on a 45, so that each of the kids have their space individually.
Nice.
And to, I can't do anything without adding lights to it. So
I was just going to ask her, are there lights?
there are definitely lights in it as well. So, of course, my son has his desk light.
Nice.
Right there. And then my daughter over here, she has her ceiling fan light.
I love that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it lights her up. And then the kitchen, of course, we've got that lit up there. So you can see the wife in there. And then we have 2 dogs. And then, of course, our cat, he's up there on top of the refrigerator. So
nice.
because that's what he does. And then down here in my build room, Now, if I move this out of the way, this is the view that you guys are getting right now from my desk with my
Yes.
lights and my microphone. I've got some Lego right there on my desk next to my soda can.
Nice.
So if I take it out of the way, this is exactly what you get. So I built my
Yes.
reality so that I can travel around and show people that this is me, this is who I am, and how simple I am. I build Lego and I live, and this is my family. This is our life in brick and what
Love
we
it.
do. So is it exactly my personality? Not quite,
Well,
but is it a good representation of me
yeah.
and what defines me as who I am?
Yeah.
Yeah, it very much does. So
Love it. That's a great mock. Heck yeah.
Now we got to figure out
like
a
that.
question that he hasn't done yet.
Oh, that's a hard one. Yeah.
well, I did also go through and built a
Take the
personality trait of figures, minifigures, that represent periods of time in my life, things that happened
okay.
from my age of 18 all the way up to the age of 50 plus now, where I'm at, and being able to take minifigs to represent who I was. Well, Heather, by the way, a couple of the pieces on those were ones I got from my monthly subscriptions. So just letting you know.
Hey, good. The minifig club. That
The
minifig
minifig club. How do
Yeah.
you get now? What do you get? You save on a month if you start up right now. What code do you use?
Oh, code MooCow25 and you get 25% off your first monthly subscription. Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
That's how you do it at theminifigclub.com.
That's right.
Go click on it and find out.
Wait till after the show, though. Well.
So, but yeah, no, and that's a lot of what it is. I'll be sitting here and something will give me an inspiration, an idea, or something like that, and I'll just dive in to build it into whatever it is. One of my fun ones is to take the Lego Masters from the TV series, Fox Lego Masters and stuff like that, and some of them have signature minifigs that are their minifigs, and some of them don't have minifigs, but they have the renderings that were used for the show. So what I will do is I'll go through and try to find the parts from those figures to actually recreate their figures. And I've actually collected several trading cards from the Lego Masters that they give out at the shows and stuff like that, and then recreated some of their minifigures with their trading cards to be able to put those together and stuff like that. So
That's cool.
I knew Cliffy was gonna get his Tim card.
Gotta flaunt it.
Yeah.
Tim is a close friend of Cliffy's and actually hangs out with Cliffy right there in his Lego room.
That's right.
That's very cool.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
In both houses.
Yeah, he's in both my houses. It's all good. I don't even know of a question.
What is the trickiest thing you've ever built?
What was it again? Repeat that, Cal.
What is the trickiest thing you've ever built? There's a tricky question, huh? Like per se, like a way of building, like a technique or something, like a tricky way of that was tricky to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tricky.
I'm trying to think of one of the trickiest things for me to actually do is to take things that don't include motion and put motion into them.
Mm-hmm.
Is being able to figure out how to take something and make them move. Animation of a minifig, because minifigs are stationary, but being able to show personality in them because they're moving certain ways, or you can see them moving around or something like that. A drone pilot that's actually flying a drone, having a drone that actually goes into orbit and flies around or something like that, and being able to do those types of things. Putting personality into things is the trickiest thing, is being able to take something like this is the new set that you guys have seen and are familiar with. This is the Lego travel box.
Mm-hmm.
And actually taking this and building myself into it so that it is now my travel box.
Oh, nice.
So
The Sig Fig
being
travel
able to,
boxes. How about that?
yeah, well, exactly. And that was the thing, is being able to, so now when I travel or go places, I can take myself with me, and I travel with a Lego suitcase. So it's a big Lego block looking suitcase. And when I
Mhm.
travel, sharing that when I'm in an airport with something, one, it helps out other parents by keeping a kid occupied in an airport. And I have stickers that are Sig Fig stickers. I need to get some more. I ran out at Brick World, but I have Sig Fig stickers that I will hand out to kids while I travel and stuff like that, and just make an experience for them of excitement for Lego.
Mhm.
Right. That's
So,
cool.
Yeah.
but yeah, but like I was saying, the tricky stuff, most of that is the electrical side of things, putting in motors or lights, um, being able to illuminate things. Uh, One of the beautiful things about some of the newer off-brand sets of coming with lighting kits is being able to experience that from a directed perspective of being able to see instructions of how to do that, which really will get people's minds going. Of I want to put that in other builds that I have, because if you take a building that has lights and it comes with a light kit and all that, and you put it next to another building, the other building seems very drab and dull when it doesn't have any lights or anything in it. So
Right.
No.
It creates a problem, a good
You
problem.
are 100% right about lights. Hmm.
yep, yep.
But
That's
you're right. So my next question to that, I'm going with that, is do you think becoming of the thought process is the trickier part, or doing it is the trickier part? Because I see the pieces to make it motorized, and then I'm like, okay, I can do this, but I may not actually have that piece. So then it gets trickier because you don't have that piece. So where do you feel like is the trickier spot? Just thinking of the. Ooh.
One of the trickier spots is being familiar with what components can do. So,
Yeah.
looking for a small robotic type kit. I'm working with a company right now that's called Circuit Cubes, and they actually produce STEM learning kits that are robotics kits. They have micromotors and Wi-Fi modules that you can actually connect to Bluetooth and actually make little robots to go with them. And the motor cubes that they have are literally this right here. This is the motor that you're going to
Oh,
use.
nice.
Let me turn the lights down here a little.
And it's all compacted into a
So,
brick.
It's a
yeah,
little
it's a micro motor inside, and you have wire connections on the top.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's
Okay, so yeah,
cool.
you'll have wire connections on the top and the side. So you can see your port right there where you plug in,
Hmm.
and then you've got one back here on the back. And the port here to actually connect to is an axle port. So you can literally
Yeah.
put the T axle into it and actually build off of that. Now, on the other side, this is your receptor cubes. Oh, do I have? Oh, there you go.
This is so cool.
Heck
yeah.
yeah. Now he's speaking my language. I like to talk parts and functionality and stuff.
So, okay.
Like,
So, like I was talking about with the module for a minifig that's flying a drone, I actually built this little box right here where it comes
Mhm.
out the top, and I had to use snot bricks to build off angle to have off stud build. So as you can see, the studs wrap all the way around it. Now,
Okay.
inside this little component right here, if I pull this cover off, you'll see
There's
what's in it.
money.
Wow.
That
Nice.
circuit cube is the control module that's in there, and it goes to the motor that's right there.
Hmm.
So this whole control unit right here goes to my phone through Bluetooth, and I can control it off of the app that they have for these types of modules. So just a comparison, it's literally the size of a 4x4 plate,
Wow.
Nice.
and you can either use ones like this that are clip-ons or plugs like this one here.
Hmm.
That's cool.
I
And
love
the wiring is you can see they have short leads that are literally that right there that just goes from the motor to that. So you
Yeah.
can build super small little micro controlled circuits. And you can do it as RC, or you can do it as on-off switches, or you can actually go through. And it actually, this product actually teaches coding as well. So you can
Oh.
actually get into coding it to a power level for a certain period of time and all kinds of stuff. And there's STEM tools that STEM teachers use, like some of the Lego Masters, to be able to teach robotics, motion, and physics, and things like that as well. So
Nice.
again, the item is called circuit cubes, and you can actually go on Amazon and buy one of their robotics kits and take it, build a robot, and see how it functions and stuff like that, and then take them out and repurpose them. And that's actually where I got started. Was I bought the kit, I started playing with the kit to see what the kit could do to begin with, and then from there I said, okay, now that I know what it's capable of, how can I apply that to my builds and what I do? And at that point, I reached out to the company and talked to the owner and stuff like that, and worked with him to say, okay, I want to be able to do these types of things. Do you have components that can accommodate that? So we're still working on longer leads and connections and abilities for the app to be able to control multiple things, like being able to have a large build with 3 different modules being controlled off of a single controller is like having a multi-channel RC controller. So you can do flaps, you can do landing gears, you can do the motors up and down, you can do lights, you can do all of these things off of a single controller
Oh,
by just
wow.
having multiple channels on it. So being able to modify the control app where all of the functions go to is being able to is in the process of being able to control that. So
Hmm.
now, so those are the fun things to start with, that to get your foot in the door with how do I even do that, is to buy one of these kits. And you can buy a kit as cheap as like $20, I think, to build a little micro robot. And all you need is a phone that can download an app so that you can then run the app off of your phone.
I love
So,
that.
and it doesn't even have to be connected to cellular or anything like that, because it's literally just a Bluetooth device connected and paired with another Bluetooth device. So you can literally use an old phone that is outdated that somebody has, as long as you can still download an app through a Wi-Fi connection to get the
Mhm.
app on the phone, you're good to go.
Cool.
So, but yeah, so that's how I get into that. And then with the lighting aspect of it, it literally started as simple as a small little kiosk type vending machine. So hold on.
Heck yeah.
What's up, Papa's Bricks? Welcome.
Oh, hi. Ooh.
For me, being able to do lighting meant starting small with something like this.
No way. Is that a Zoltar? That's so cool.
Being able to put lights in this to accentuate this build and make it look like it's supposed to look like. Now, I'm going to cut the light here and show you.
He literally, that is the perfect lighting. Like, not too much on his face.
So,
like, I love that.
Yeah, and you've got the little globe right in front of it, and it's literally nothing more than a little battery cube on the back with a micro switch.
Huh.
That's plugged in on a couple small bricks, and the wiring is hidden inside there. You can barely see the light and the wiring in that back corner going up behind him.
That's still cool.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, being able to do just stuff like this, that's literally battery. So I can take this and show this to somebody and say, this is what is capable with Lego products.
Yes.
And these are non-Lego products as well. So being able to combine these things to put life into stuff. So, but yeah, so the technical aspects of getting outside of just building off of instructions and bricks and stuff like that. So
love
nice.
That.
Well, we're going to switch gears and talk about your ideas project there that we got linked up in there.
Awesome. Well, and that's one of the things too is stuff like this costs money. You have to buy the batteries, you have to buy the lights, you have to buy stuff like that. Now, if you don't have those capabilities, or you're a young builder and it's hard to come by the money to buy the brick to build stuff like that, an opportunity is to use a computer and build digitally through the Bricklink Designer program. Now, you don't need anything other than the program on a computer to be able to build. You can actually take and download all of the pieces and the sets and the instructions onto that, so you can build all of the current sets in that program without buying the set. So you can still have the fun of building it. You just unfortunately won't have the fun of being able to take it out and play with it and do stuff with it. Now, for me, I expanded beyond that to go into the Bricklink Designer program to actually free build, like I did with some of these other things, in their designer program. Now, one of the things I do is I will go in and use the designer program to try ideas of putting bricks together in different ways and see how the connections work and stuff like that. And one thing I did was, I'm a fan of art and art prints, the sunflowers, the great waves, the Mona Lisa, all of those sets that have recently come out in the last couple of years. I wanted to expand on that for some of the art that I like that Lego doesn't produce. So what I did was I went to the Bricklink Designer program and actually made my own set on the Bricklink Designer program by using all of these pieces that are readily available Lego pieces and put the set together on the program. And what I did was I then took that set, took it to the Lego Ideas website, uploaded it there as a potential set that Lego could make if they actually got the votes and stuff like that. So I need the public support to be able to put that set into production so that everybody else can enjoy the art print as much as I do. It's called The Son of Man. If you're not familiar with the title of it, I'm going to tell you what it is real quick, and it's going to pop into your head, and you're going to recognize the print very easily. It's a person standing in front of an ocean with a brick wall behind them, with a bowler hat on, with a big apple in front of their face. It's a very popular art print that has been used numerous times throughout the Lego community as builds, as inspirations, as things like that. And it's a unique art print because it doesn't have a face. The artist himself, I have a small write-up on my Lego Ideas page that explains the history of the art print and what the art print meant to me and why I created it to begin with. Now, it's a great print. And the piece count, it's the same size as all of the Lego art pieces. It comes in at just about 2,100 pieces total. So it's not a exhaustive build of 10,000 pieces or anything like that. It's approximately the same as any of the other art prints that Lego has produced. So I put it on the Lego Ideas website for Lego to hopefully produce it. If not, at a certain point, maybe I'll be able to take it over to the Bricklink Designer program and make it available for other people to download the instructions and be able to build it themselves in that respect. So, but for me, whether or not this set gets approved or not, I'm going to build this set. I've actually started getting the pieces already because it's a piece of art that I like. So that was my whole goal, was being able to take something that I'm interested in, build it, and then share it with the public. So
I feel like that's kind of the goal of, or the purpose of that program, build what you like in a way, because there are standards, of course, but build what you like and present it,
Yep.
But I like that. Yeah.
Zizu, thank you for putting the link down there, but it is also posted in the pinned comments on top. Appreciate you, Zizu.
Thank you. Yeah, I would love any and all support for it. If you click on the link, get to the page, by all means, click the support, and then there's a share button also. Go ahead and share it with your other Lego friends to let them know that it's a great set just to look at. Whether you hang it or you want it for the pieces that are in the set, it's a great builder set as well. So
Zizu is one of our greatest. He's an artiste as well, but he does paintings and stuff, so he's real big in art. I think he's seen it before we even knew about it from Heather. So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, Zizu. Yeah, you was correct one time. So hey, I would go support Brick Dad, get it, try to get him. What number do you have to reach for it to become a thing?
The way the Lego Idea system works is you actually have plateaus that you have to reach to get there. The total number of votes that you need is 10,000 votes for it to actually reach the idea stage of being looked at by Lego and seriously considered for production. Now you have the 100 likes, then you have 1,000, then it goes to 5,000 and so forth. So there's multiple steps. And right now I'm sitting at about 550 plus or minus, and would love to be able to hit the 1,000 point at least, if not the 10,000. But that's where the community has to come in and share the idea to get the community support to say, hey, yeah, we like this, and we would definitely want to buy this set.
Nice.
So.
Nice.
So go support and share, guys.
Go share the link. Tell me you're gonna click and click said it'll break your kneecaps if you don't go vote.
Beautiful thing too is with Lego Ideas, you don't have just one vote, so you can go and vote for my idea, and then scroll through and see other ideas as well, things that may be of other interest to you, and you can also look at that. It's also a great way to be inspired for new builds and mocks and be able to do things like that as well. So if nothing else, Lego Ideas is definitely worth going and checking out and taking a look at all of the ideas that are there. So
nice. Well, so is there any future shows that's coming up that you're going to be at for anybody to come say hi to you?
Yeah. Well, you can go to the Brick World website and look at all of the show dates and events that are going to be scheduled in the upcoming months. We've got 2 shows coming up between now and the end of the year that are official Brick World shows. Those are going to be Fort Wayne, Indiana in, I want to say, November. And then you have Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is going to be in September, the end of September, I believe, middle or end of September. There will be multiple other shows in the local Chicago area that I will be hopefully at or attending. But for the most part, you can find me on social media, and I'm on there constantly building, making videos, making content, all of those things. So you can hit me up anytime. Technical questions, you want to have ideas and you want to know how to do something, I'm always open to stuff like that to being able to help out the community.
Love it. Look, don't tell Cliff, but you might be my new favorite YouTuber.
I appreciate that.
Well,
that's the thing is I'm actually just getting to the point right now where I'm expanding into YouTube, being able to get my content over there. I started primarily on TikTok because I'm a short content. I don't like to rehearse or script what I do. What I like to do is I like to just sit down and be right there, authentic and genuine, and let people see this is the reality of what it is. So majority of what you'll see is going to be on TikTok and Instagram, and then the conglomerate of stuff that will be smashed together and put on YouTube for longer content videos. So you can see, like the Black Pearl, I'm actually working on editing all of that together into a longer YouTube video so that you can see that massive ship. So
yes,
I do follow you on TikTok, and I do follow you on Instagram and YouTube now. So
appreciate that.
I don't think very many from our community, but I think me and Heather, and you is the only one that's in our little area that does TikTok. But so I didn't put the link there, but if somebody would put a link there, that'd be cool.
And that's another thing too, is being able to share content across platforms gets more word out there for people to be able to see things and have an idea of a 3-minute video on TikTok is a long video for a lot of people. So getting an idea or seeing something can then take you to other social media platforms where there might be longer content and stuff like that. So,
right.
Speaking of that, quick announcement. We're going to do it at the beginning of the stream, but I forgot. But July 18th, 10 a.m., I'll be doing a 3K celebration building the endurance for 8 hours. If I get it done, I do. If I don't, I will finish it out on my other streams. But
congrats, Cliffy.
Cliff, I have confidence.
Seriously,
I've seen your other build videos. I have confidence you will finish it. So
Well,
He is a fast builder. I've built the same thing with him before, and he crushes me every time.
well, there's people, believe it or not, there's people out there that's a lot faster than me. But I want to say that before we got off the air here.
Do we want to give anybody in chat a chance to ask Brick Dad questions
we got about
Just
9
from the
minutes
chat.
left.
I'm more than willing to answer any of those. So
Anybody?
Oh. Look, Cliff, you got one
for
vote
you
for
guys
Miss Dina.
too.
Do what, Cal?
I said, look, you Cliffy, you got one vote from Miss Dina.
See, that's why she's my bestie, and that's why where you're at now, Cal.
Hey, I just said I had a new favorite YouTuber.
I have a question. Do you have hobbies that aren't Lego?
I do. They are 18 plus hobbies, which include adult beverages. And,
okay.
And
I was like,
okay. Well, you can talk about this.
Yes.
Thank you,
Adult beverages as well as tobacco products. So I'm a avid connoisseur of those.
Okay.
I actually spent some time managing a cigar and whiskey bar for a friend. He started I'm retired, so he started a lounge. And at one point he's like, hey man, I'm so overwhelmed, because he had a normal regular job that he was trying to work and then also run and own a cigar lounge. And he's like, hey man, I just can't do it all. Would you be willing to come in and run it for me for a while? And I'm like, okay, do I get paid? He's like, yeah. I said, do I get to have cigars while I'm at work? Yeah. I said, what about whiskey? He's like, yeah, that's a gray area. Try not to overdo it. I'm like, oh no, I'll just be sipping. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, you're good with that. So yeah, so I had a job where I got to sip whiskey, smoke cigars, and manage a bar. So
wow,
that's fun.
But Zuzu has a question. He goes, Break Dad, what is one part that you buy nearly any time that you place an order for parts other than tiles?
I was about to ask
that's a hard one, because I vary on what I buy part wise depending on builds. But something that I will continually buy and grab is going to be masonry brick. If I can find it for the right price, I will buy the masonry brick, because I do structures constantly that are going to have masonry in it. You know, just like these little mocks that I've already shown you guys right here. You look at the back of it, and the majority of it is masonry.
Yeah.
So the structures and stuff like that, and the masonry blocks are versatile also, because on one side you have the masonry print, on the back side you have the straight line print. So you can actually take those, line those, and use those for siding on normal buildings if you want to do something like that. So you just have straight line siding on the side of a building or something like that. But the other thing too is, if you take that and put it on a snot brick and go vertical, you now have tongue and groove or paneling lines going vertical on a building as well. So you can actually take the lines, transition them to a different configuration, and go vertical to give a different appearance all the way across. So the big thing is being able to look at the usability of a brick and other than what it's designed for.
Nice. Well, right quick, we do appreciate you coming on. We got, you're the best, one of the best guests we had. Made our job a lot easier because you were ready to go. I like that. And
it's my pleasure. I'm so glad to be here and be able to chat with you guys and stuff like that. And by all means, if we have people that watch this on repeat and questions pop up or something like that, everybody tag me in it. Put the @BrickDad and get me those questions, because I'll answer questions until this thing goes off the air. Literally, if anybody has questions or things like that. One thing I do want to give that shout out to is the Minifig Club. As being able to get figures and stuff like that. I was blessed to hit my 1 year mark at
Yes.
Brickworld Chicago. So being able to take those figs and actually put them in my build. My build was 6 48 by 48 plates, and I had over 130 minifigures in that build alone. So just on my portion of those 6 plates, and being able to do that was a fun achievement to be able to hit that that mile marker right there, and then move into my second year of subscription as well. So being able, I'm looking forward to all of those. So
Any more magnets to collect?
well, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they're back there. They're right back there on my shelves. So I've got metal brackets that hold my shelves, so they
This
literally
is
just
one of the
stack
best
and line up
ones.
in there.
This is one of the
That's is that a Cliff exclusive?
yeah, that is a Clips exclusive right there.
That was
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So yeah, I saw that one. I'm like, hey, that's Cliff. Yeah.
looks just like him.
Yep.
But we do appreciate you coming on. It's been very enjoyable. We would love to have you on again at some point, I believe.
Yeah, but by all means, yeah, you let me know. I'm back anytime to jump in as a guest and chat with you guys and talk brick. You know, that's the whole point we're here.
That's right.
You know, getting it out to adults as well as the kids. Lego does very well at marketing to the youth of the world. We need to make sure that we get it out to the adult of the world so that they can see that this is not just a kid's toy like everybody was led to believe from the beginning. You know, and I am gonna hit one more thing real quick, just a little show off here.
Go ahead.
And one of the advantages of being at Brickworld Chicago was this year they did the Ninjago release of Monstrosity premiere, and the Lego designer from Bullings that came out to do a set reveal for the Green Dragon and the Red Mech. I had a privilege of sitting and talking with him for about an hour Sunday evening before he had to go and catch his flight. And this right here.
He disappeared. He'll be right back.
He's like Batman. He shows up when he wants to.
Oh,
Whoa. Dang.
Get
This is
out
one of the
of
sets. This is one of the sets that he brought to the show. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but I have a Ninjago sword that was built and signed by him to go
Wow.
with the set that he created.
that is
So
awesome.
a
That is
little
awesome.
going to a show like that, don't ever feel intimidated by the level of builders that go to shows and display, or even Lego designers that are there to exhibit sets that they just created or stuff like that, doing a new set release or things like that.
Mhm.
They are regular people, just like all of us, that build sets.
Right.
So step up to them, talk to them, say hi, introduce yourselves, just be normal and talk to them.
Normal.
And that's one of the biggest.
Yeah, okay, you're out.
I'm
So,
out of there.
yeah.
I mean,
Cal, yeah. Cal, you can just be
normal.
you can just be Cal, okay? Yeah, that'll be fine. But
That's
no,
perfect.
going to shows like that, and a lot of people that I talk to, had a lot of the awestruck Lego masters are here, and they were on TV, they were builders and stuff like that. And I've been blessed over the last couple of years to be able to get to know these people and do collaboration builds with them, get to know them. I've been able to work with Lego Discovery Centers and their master model builders and do collaborations with them and get to know these builders that are respected as high level builders and sit with them and then talk to me and be like, how do you do this? How do you build this? How do you build that? And stuff like that. And seeing them have that same emotion of the awestruck look and stuff like that. And the biggest thing is share what you build, because you may do something that'll blow someone else's mind,
That's right.
no matter what level you're at. So don't stop building, continue to build and expand on your imagination, because it's not just for kids.
That's right.
That is a perfect ending.
Hell yeah.
That's a perfect
Oh.
ending.
that was
Again, we want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. Cal, you going live this week?
Yes, Tuesday.
Tuesday? I'll be going live Wednesday for sure. We'll be starting Dino Week, so come back and hang out. If you want a link, I'll send you a link. So if y'all want to hang out and build Lego, we can do that. Next week it's topic night. We're going to be going over CMFs for Dina.
Yay!
So again, thank you, Brick Dad. I want everybody to have a good week and have a good Monday. You all got any last words?
Moo! Go check out the Minifig Club, MooCow25 at the checkout. Get you 25% off your first monthly subscription. Ha! You didn't have to tell me this time, Cliff.
Good. All right, until the next one.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.